Linda Konya is one of Australia's leading pioneers advocating for social-political trauma-sensitive change and informed responsiveness on unnecessary trauma in the health, education, justice, government, and private sectors. She recognized the transgenerational effect collective trauma has on our current society and is at the leading edge of healing and transformation in that field. She is determined to change the trajectory of trauma on a collective, cultural, community, family, and individual level. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here with you.
So I'm curious because most of the time we think of our own trauma, of our own big traumas that we had, like a car accident or something in our childhood, but you focus on generational traumas. You focus on social traumas. Like, what does that look like?
So if we think about our current societal issues, for example, and if we take domestic family violence. So in this country, there's so much money thrown at this issue. There's so many organizations that offer support in these issues. And it's like nothing changes. The numbers are not changing. They're going up, if anything. The intensity of violence is increasing. You know, you see some horrific things that are occurring now. 1 to 2 women a week killed by intimate partner violence. It's like that can't be right. Like, if there's so much available and there's so much being spoken about it, how can it be on the rise? Something's not working. So we keep doing the same thing over and over again, setting up another organization, putting more funding here for this. Nothing changes. So for me, it's like we need to stop, take a step back and go, what else is happening here? And if you have that systemic transgenerational view, that bigger picture view, it can make sense that as a collective field, say in Australia, for example, a collective field, what's happening in domestic family violence, women are being killed, raped, children being harmed, families being broken apart. And if I think about our history in this country, what did the white people that came here do to the Indigenous people that were here? Same thing. Nothing's been resolved. So we just keep over the top of this unresolved trauma, and then the symptom becomes the societal issues. Same in our own families. If we don't look at what's playing out in our world and then address it backwards systemically, then it just keeps going down the line, generation after generation.
Is there a strategy that you found might work to cut that cord?
Well, family constellation work or systemic constellation work has been around for quite a while now, but it's not necessarily considered or recognised or used as much as we could. But that work really has the potential to make significant changes on a collective level, on an individual level, on a societal level, family level. So all of those stages of how we exist, it has the potential to shift and change and heal, because it doesn't look to blame, it looks to find the healing path. And if again I think about Australia, like I did a research project, started at the beginning of 2021, and I was looking at what it would take to have unity between white Australians and Indigenous people. And the focus was on the white people, not necessarily Indigenous people, because the white people's business has to be taken care of. And, you know, I still see, even though we're trying to close the gap, but we're still repeating the same thing. White people often are doing to the Indigenous rather than actually looking at what's in their own history that they need to attend to before we can come to the table and earn a right at one of the seats at the table with Indigenous people. So it's not that people are meaning to do it, it's just that it's not in their awareness that there's something else that we could do apart from what we keep repeating and things not necessarily changing. And I think the clue is that things aren't changing. That's the clue. That's where we need to stop and have a look and a think about what else is available to us.